zone. Shattered remnants. Struggle to get it back.
Hey, this is Tony Tattoo coming at you for the wonderful Kildares Pub in the deep southwest of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Well, what do we got to talk about this week? Canada's fucking broken, people. I kid you not. Alright. Justin. Just when you think it can't get any worse.
It does.
It does. It gets worse. I don't know even where to start, man. I don't even know where to start. 2 weeks? 2 weeks? How could you fuck up a whole country in 2 weeks? It's painful, but it's painfully clear that the elite liberals do not want to see Albertans, or Alberta, or the Western provinces be successful. They're trying to lock down our energy sector, turning down billions and billions and billions of dollars, or actually not turning down, just not doing anything. Billions and billions of dollars in resource projects. Tech Frontier just recently canceled $20.1 billion project. Spent 10 years jumping through hoops. Got all their ducks in a row, I's were dotted, T's were crossed, 14 indigenous groups going, yeah, we want this. And then it was left up to the Liberal cabinet. Those fucks. And then you know what, all they did was nothing. And then guess what? Miraculously, suddenly we have blockades. We got, I'm not gonna even call them protesters, I'm gonna call them criminals. We got these criminals blocking our railways, our ocean tankers, major thoroughfares, all right? And I'll tell you something, and this is something probably a lot of you don't know, is that a majority of them aren't even indigenous people. They are paid criminals. And I'll tell you, a couple of companies, I'll give you one example. A US company out of the States called the Rockefeller Corporation is one of the perpetrators. What the fuck are you doing up here in Canada? And then all the indigenous people, all of a sudden, it's like the indigenous people are going, hey, whoa, hey, it's not us, man. We're like, hey, we're just trying to get out of poverty. We're just trying to make a better life for ourselves. Not through protests. One thing I've seen come out of it, which is exceptional, is the fact that finally the Liberal government, after 5 years of Mr. fucking Superman going, yeah, we're going to do reconciliation and we're going to do all this stuff and I'm going to be great and everything's going to be fine, hasn't done a fucking thing, and now they're getting called out on it. So it's your fucking fault. It's your lack of doing anything. It's your laziness. You wanting to fucking screw off this country. Go and find yourself a seat on the UN Security Council, which, by the by, is the most fucking useless organization on the entire planet. And we're paying the cost for it. I tell you what, if you don't want the job, well, you've already quit. You're like one of the worst employees a worst paid employee that the company or a company or a country can have, is that you're the employee that quit and stayed. Fuck off, quit, get out of it. Anyway, in other news. We were just kind of watching the tube, and actually came up. Well, there was this new type of concert rolling around where they have the artists are coming up.
About it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the Whitney Houston hologram tour began on the 25th of February. And it was in Sheffield in England, and there are actually tour dates for this thing. And the people who have been, who have gone to see this concert have been very disappointed. And I'm not particularly surprised because I think it's kind of creepy, weird, and a money grab by her estate. I think it's really wrong. I've seen pictures of the hologram. It doesn't even really look like her, you know. They have backing singers, they have everything you would expect around the lead person, but a hologram, I just don't think it's right to cash in on someone's talent who didn't even have a question in as to whether this was going to be able to happen after she passed away. I mean, I've thought about it with other bands too, like The Doors, Jim Morrison. How would they hologram him? I mean, he was all over the place. He was all arms and legs, and you know, you never knew what he was going to do next. And I just think it's weird. What does the rest of the panel think?
I think that's just totally messed up.
Yeah.
Completely messed up. I mean, you're going to the concert to see the person you really enjoy seeing. You want to see them live. You don't want to see a bloody hologram of them after they've passed on. I mean, like, seriously. That's why we have CDs and tapes and records and all that, that we can continue listening to their music, but I'm not going to pay money to see a hologram. I'm going to see live players.
You won't pay money to see a hologram, but if 20,000 people twice a week are going to pay money to see a hologram of my dead mother pre-recordings, fuck yeah, I'm exploiting that shit.
Well,
I'm the offspring of someone very talented, and I've lived in the lap of luxury, and now my money's running dry because that patriarch or matriarch passed away. I'll cash in on that shit if someone's stupid enough to buy it. Good for them. And you know what? It's not the estate's problem or the estate's fault. It's the fucking people who are paying to see it. If they want to go pay to see it, fuck them. Go for it. It's you're in charge of that person's image and music. That's legally your right to do that. Get your money.
That is a good point.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, there are stupid enough people that'll spend $3,600 on a Tiffany paperclip.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Yeah, we're spending
Tiffany
$400
paperclip?
watching it. Or $400 watching a guy with a laptop.
There are people who will say I'm crazy. Last week I ordered a
Sure.
I ordered a pay-per-view. It was the Wilder and Fury Part 2. I ordered it. I loved every second of it. And there were people at the party I was at once I ordered it. They said, "Why would you waste your money on this? This is so stupid." It's like, you know what? Because I like it.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to spend the money and go watch a hologram of Whitney Houston, it's because they like it.
Speaking of which,
Well, would you?
Would I?
Yeah.
No.
Would you, if it was Kurt Cobain?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right.
speaking of Fury, what a wonderful guy this is. All right, donates his whole purse to homeless.
$9 million purse.
Love that
$9
guy.
million purse, but endorsements and pay-per-view cut and everything like that. The other fucking $30 to $50 million he made that night. Went in the
Well, that's
pocket.
my money.
yeah, but it's
Yeah, it's still $9 million
Yeah,
more than
$9
I'm ever
million.
gonna give to a homeless person. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And more than our government are doing for the homeless people.
Exactly.
No, they're busy sending money over to countries in Africa to actually to develop their oil and gas industry.
What?
I can't make this
To
up.
Africa?
I can't make this up.
you gotta help them.
I can't make this up. I
And
can't
he's
make this
not-
up.
and he's
We're
not gonna
sending,
help
he's sending our
Alberta?
tax. They're sending our tax dollars over to develop African countries' oil and gas
That is
resources.
news to me, and that's stupid.
Stupid. Oh my God, that's one way of putting it.
He,
Like, fuck
hold on a
off,
minute,
that
he
way,
won't
man.
help Alberta, but he's sending money to Africa to help with their oil and gas?
No, they only help Alberta enough to get when it comes around to time to get the equalization payments. Then it's like, oh, hat in hand. Fuck that. We should stop paying those equalization payments.
Should have
Wow.
stopped paying those years ago.
Yeah, well, they slipped it under the rug just like they do everything, which is one of the reasons why. Never mind, I'm not even gonna bring it up. Yeah, what do you think?
About what?
About the shape of our country, Canada. It's broken, man. What do you think?
The bands going through this, pipeline and everything. Everybody signed off on it. Over 80% of the people in these communities have signed off on because they realize it's money for them because it's in our Constitution. In 1981, the Canadian Constitution was written, and it all says, hey, you gotta talk to the natives in the communities, and they all have to sign off on it before you have any projects going through there. These are all signed off on. These are all done properly and correctly to the letter of the law. But we have some hereditary chiefs who aren't current chiefs of these bands, but they're hereditary chiefs, which means my dad was a chief in the 80s, and they aren't getting enough of their cut. These are greedy, fucking money-grubbing handful of people who are trying to get their own fucking cut and screwing over their own community while under the guise of, well, we don't have this UN charter and it's not what we and our ancestors would have wanted. Bull fucking shit. Get over yourself. Your dad or your uncle was a chief years ago and now you're just trying to get yours and you're gumming up the works. Fuck yourself. Furthermore, these people who are trying to derail trains, you are trying to derail a train. That is an act of terrorism. You should be locked up and beaten like the fucking people in Guantanamo Bay because you are literally trying to injure and kill people and gum up the works of an entire nation. Fuck yourself, get off your high horse, and get with the goddamn program. What you were saying earlier about the Rockefellers Association or whatever corporation funding this, of course they fucking are. How did the Rockefellers make all their money? Oil and gas. The U.S. is in their best interest from all these old fucking oil and gas farts to not have Canada be competing on a global stand, a global stage. So of course they're fucking funding all this political muck and all these protests. And I almost said the R word and I won't. I'll just call you morons instead. The morons who buy into this shit. You are a goddamn fucking puppet. Open your fucking eyes, read a fucking book, or jump off a cliff. I don't care. Either way, you're out of the way, and we can move on and develop like a first world country as opposed to the third world that we have become.
Yeah, I say these kind of round them out and herd them over a head smashed in Buffalo Jump. And anybody who doesn't know where that is, not true Alberta.
By Lethbridge, isn't it?
Sure. Keep going by past the sign.
It's my former club. It's my former club.
Hey, look, it's head smashed in Buffalo Jump. What the fuck does that mean anyway?
It's by Brockett.
Sure is. Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, totally agree with you there, brother Dan. So, Alberta's kind of put in between a rock and a hard place, and what do people do between a rock and a hard place? Well, they fight their way up. And that's what we're getting to.
Unfortunately, did you see those guys in Edmonton? Who just
Yeah.
I love it.
They dismantled the blockade. They just walked into their truck. And no, we're not having any of this. We're not burning in the truck. Put those guys in charge of the country.
Yes.
They're not gonna get shit done.
Big problem I have with protesters in any fucking sense or
Did you
fashion
see the minister?
is the people who wear the mask
Yeah.
and cover their face. Oh,
Yeah.
you're so proud and you're so righteous. Shut your fucking face.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they're
Let's find
Americans.
these people. Let's find out who these people are, and let's use their own shit against them. This left-wing bullshit where it's like, you said this in a tweet 12 years ago, I'm gonna get you fired. You tried to derail a train and kill a conductor. Let's try to get these people fired. Let's find out who these fucking protesters are. Let's ruin their lives.
Did you see
Because they're
the-
ruining all of ours.
Did you see the response from the transport minister when they were trying to light the train on fire? They had fires built up against the track, and transport minister comes out and goes, "Well, that's unsafe." It's like, oh my god! 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 My eyes rolled so far back in my
Go
head, I
down
could see
to-
my own brain. It was unbelievable.
Go on Deerfoot, wait for a traffic jam, and try to light a fire underneath a car. Let me know how fast you get arrested, how quickly you get charged
Yeah.
with attempted murder.
Yeah.
No, I'm protesting. I'm protesting.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Get a job. Oh, of course, forgot we don't have any. Sorry. What was I thinking?
Do you have anything to lighten this up?
Oh god, no, not that part. But it was kind of scary, but I mean, everything was truthful.
Totally.
But there's a lot of testosterone going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of hormones,
Oh.
I have a bone to pick with either God, Allah, Mother Nature, I don't care who the fuck you are. Who in God's name decided that hot flashes were good for women? Menopause. First of all, we come into womanhood. We bleed a week out of a month. We get cranky. We get painful. All that.
Bloated.
bloated, headaches, and then after that's all said and done, you decide, oh, well, we're gonna turn your skin on fucking fire. And there's no goddamn way you can calm down and cool off. Yeah, you just keep on moving.
God.
And when it comes to the crankiness, well, yeah, hide. Needless to say, I'm going through menopause, so don't fuck with me. Have a nice day.
Stop.
Oh, that's funny.
Peanut gallery, anybody?
Thought I was angry.
No, you sound right on. No one wants to talk.
Oh, all right.
I agree with you 100%.
Ah,
You know, hormones.
you know, God was
and,
definitely a fucking man.
And men don't seem to get it.
No.
Like, stick them in a sauna and let them feel what it feels like.
Love saunas.
No, turn the sauna up to full blast.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, not normal.
And lock them in there.
No, we're the ones that get to spectate and get our bottom lip pulled over our
No,
head.
you know what? For the first fucking 40, 50 years of your guys' lives, you're ice fucking cold and you're glomming all over us. And then 50 hits and you're like, fuck, I'm hot! And it's like, okay, well, shit, give me some time. I just spent the last 30 years trying to warm you up and now you're too hot. So now I gotta spend the next 30 trying to cool you down? I need a 5-year like transition period. I'm sorry it happened so fast to you, but you know, give us a little bit of slack.
Or how about a playbook?
I gotta rip out all the space heaters and put in air conditioners. It costs money.
She's between the age of 40 and 50 now. It's like, go to those chapters. Okay, you expect this, that, and everything else.
You do realize that a lot of women have gotten away with murder just from PMS. Do you think it's going to change with menopause?
No, it's probably gonna get more severe. They get craftier too. I had an aunt push an uncle into a
Don't
wood
fuck with a
chipper one
woman
time.
over 40. And you?
Speaking
On a
of,
brighter note,
speaking of hormones and estrogen and all that shit, I don't know if you guys saw this the other week. 3 women in high school athletics have filed a suit and a petition with the U.S. government to try to keep trans athletes out of sports at the high school level. Because these men are transitioning to women, and I totally get that. We're on board with that. No one is giving you shit for that. However, maybe that transition needs to be complete before you instantly start competing against women. You've had a buildup of muscle tone and height and size, and it gives them an unfair advantage. This is what these women are saying. This is what they're complaining against. After the most recent U.S. trials for cycling, where a trans athlete shattered every single female record out there.
yeah.
Right?
Well, that does make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes perfect
Absolutely.
sense. They should be on hormonal treatment way before being able to do that. I totally agree.
On even a brighter note, Harvey Weinstein was found guilty.
Yes!
Huh?
Now I know in the past, I've played devil's avocado with, was he
On toast?
was he guilty or did these women have any part in it? That was literally because I'm a firm believer in innocent until proven guilty. He is now been proven guilty. Fuck that guy.
Yep.
He gets what he deserves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Deserves what he gets.
So we're gonna get ahead of the curve here. Harvey Weinstein didn't commit suicide.
Yet.
Yet.
We're getting ahead of the curve here.
Yeah. But he didn't do anything to a Clinton, so he should be fine.
Oh,
Are you
true.
sure? What about a Clinton, Fred?
Do you see? Did you
Nobody would molest Hillary.
And the thing is, here's what kills me. You know, during his trial, you know, this guy's a Hollywood. This guy's a Hollywood.
The peanut gallery's having a hard time with that one.
He's a Hollywood movie mogul, right? The worst actor I've ever seen. You know, this little cart going into like the,
Yeah.
take
a note.
and then chucks it aside, goes walking up the stairs, and then grabs it again. I'm just like, man, you're the worst actor ever. I mean, how did you ever make a movie?
Caswell,
What?
have you seen her?
He should be jailed for some of the movies he's made.
I haven't. Dave was saying he'd seen them too.
They were down here at Kildares Calgary FC. They had their kit reveal party. It
Were
was
you here?
glorious. Totally. They got the white stripes coming all the way across now. It's all segmented and nice. We kind of look like candy stripers at a cancer ward or something like that.
You should have messaged me. I would have come over.
Oh, well, maybe I didn't want to see it.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm gonna ask you if you were here.
I said, did you see them?
Did you see them? Nana, nana, boo, boo, I did.
And I do like the Rocky Balboa look.
I was thinking more along
Are
the
you
lines
cold?
of terrorist.
Why? Why do I look like a terrorist? Am I trying to set a train on fire or derail one?
No, you're more like a. No, you're more like a. We're turning this plane around.
Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. So it's good. It looks really good.
Oh, by the way, I'll say it for Dan because he wasn't going to say it. Retards. You guys are retards.
Who?
Feel that?
Who?
Now,
Those
I got
guys.
into this.
Those guys.
That was actually that word.
Trying to light the shit on fire.
No, I just recently I was talking to somebody about that kind of word. So
What?
No, I'll tell you what. It's not what it's not what you think it means.
it isn't what I think. It isn't what some people think. I mean, I'm not talking like.
I'm not talking about mentally handicapped people.
I don't see somebody as mentally handicapped or mentally challenged or as Down syndrome or ADHD or
A
something.
retard is a person that acts like a fucking idiot who knows better.
Yeah, we're changing
Definition.
the definition. Like the word fag. It used to mean a bundle of sticks, and then it was a cigarette, and then it was a slur against homophobic people. What if we just changed the meaning?
Sure.
Why not? It's changed multiple times before. What it couldn't?
Fag's always going to be a cigarette in England.
Yeah.
No, the word retard.
Just like a fanny.
Retard.
Should mean prime minister. I don't know. Just
No,
a thought.
because sometimes
No, you have this picture next to it.
The
The word retard. Retard. And there's Justin Trudeau.
JT.
JT. Oh my god, my head's exploding. Hey, I'm going to take a moment to shamelessly plug my band, Dirty Deeds DDC. We're going to be at the Deerfoot Casino in the Chrome Showroom, April 25th. We want to see all y'all. And we're back.
Doesn't that sound nice?
Yeah.
That sounds- I thought I was in Australia. That sounds just like it.
Oh my god.
What about you, Dan? You're playing St. Paddy's Day,
Oh
aren't
yeah. Let's plug you.
I am playing St. Patrick's Day around 8 to 12 at the Kingshead Pub, just off of McLeod Trail. It used to be the Purple Turtle, I think. That's where you pick up all the cougars.
To be sure.
He knows what I'm talking about.
So I hear you guys are rock and rolling with a few more songs. What new songs you guys picking up?
We got some new ads, some Heart, some No Doubt, some ACDC actually. I'm just trying to watch all these clips, taking notes from my man Tony here, trying to figure out how to get up to that. What was the original guy who choked on his own vomit?
Bon Scott.
Bon Scott.
Yeah, it's that Bon Scott level of like, yeah!
But the song you're singing those have a rig on it.
Yeah.
And that's not Back in Black. That's a Brian Johnson song.
Oh, well, then another guy with the sword hat.
That's back. I'm old. I know. That album was put out before you were born.
They all sound the fucking same.
What No Doubt song are you doing?
This time we're doing Just a Girl.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm a dude with a big ass beard and I don't mind singing songs about being just a girl. Because it's fucking 2020 and tell me I can't.
Retard. So he's identifying as the singer from No Doubt.
Yeah. You're identifying as Bon Johnson? Or
Bon Johnson.
Bon Johnson.
Exactly right. Bon
John Bonson.
John
Bird
Bonson.
Blaston. Yeah. Dingleberry and Huckleberry.
Holy crap. Dingleberry?
No.
Do you guys do that song with the crabs? I've got big balls.
No, that's a different one. The one you have, the Jack is the one about that.
No, they in the song I've got big balls.
Yeah.
You guys do that one?
No, we used to.
You guys should. You're in the Chrome Ballroom, aren't you?
We used to back in the day before you were born.
I want you
You're
to
the
go over
dancey
the
one.
ballroom, so please
What was-
sing about
What
crabs.
was the dancey
Oh my
one they
The
did?
balls.
The disco-y dancey one.
No, that was Kiss.
Got me confused.
No, there's a really kind of cool dancey one that ACDC does.
I'm not sure.
Ha! We equalised. Yay! Planes are playing, sorry.
Anybody else got anything?
That's tied it up for all you Canadians.
Dan, where am I? Got anything else?
Yes,
No,
I'm
Any
British.
final words? Stephanie?
Oh, yeah.
Me? I got my rant out, so I feel a little better.
Okay, good, good.
Still having goddamn hot flashes, but I'm okay.
You're making me feel
Oh.
hot now. You are hot. Thanks.
Stuff gets me hot.
DJ Kaz, what you got? Anything?
I already spoke about
Yeah,
my
anything?
hologram thing. I don't think there's anything else.
What do you think about the weather we've been having?
The weather we've been having?
Yeah,
It's
global
beautiful.
warming.
Isn't that a Madonna song? Hologram,
Hologram?
Hashem.
That's no doubt.
No, that's holiday.
Holiday. Holiday.
Was it
Holiday.
hologram, no doubt?
Celebrate.
No. No.
Who did hologram?
It wasn't hologram.
There is no.
I gotta hand it to you guys, it only took 20 minutes. I gotta hand it to you guys, it only took 20 minutes to derail the show. I don't know.
It was
Photograph by
no.
Photograph.
That's an old style hologram.
It was holiday.
holiday. No, hollaback girl.
Hollaback.
That's what I was thinking of.
See, unfortunately, I won't be able to go see the Red Eleven show from here on in.
Why?
Because I'm allergic to
No doubt. Yeah. That was you that posted that.
This has been Wide Open YYC. We've enjoyed doing the show this week. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and especially on Facebook. Yeah, that's right, Facebook, because that's where you can. What?
YouTube.
Oh, well, yeah, you're gonna have to see us on YouTube. You can't watch us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. And coming up next show, a couple weeks in, we'll let Kaz in on the production meeting, and I'll tell you what, all y'all just be nice to each other, give each other a hug, and keep it in between the dishes.